Yes! Hello everybody and welcome! I'm Michael McIntyre. Hello everybody and welcome to Launch Day! Welcome everybody, I don't know where that came from. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby.
My name's Craig Laird.
And we are here with the launch of all launches. Hi Ben, he's Craig. And today we are Moseby and Laird. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Oh, we're giddy as a kipper today, as he would say, because we have had, I'm going to put it out there. I know we're only 15 days in. This has been the launch of the year so far, hasn't it?
Absolutely,
the layout collection,
absolutely.
Unbelievable. It's supposedly Blue Monday.
Not at all.
Not having any blues here because we're having all the fun, all the laughter, all the great launches, all the inspiration, and this has absolutely flown out of the door already in our sneaky peeky wake up call show. Hundreds of you were in, hundreds of people in even before we started the show earlier on. I think a lot to do with the fact that you did a big Facebook Live at the back end of last week. What is this collection all about and why are people losing their minds over it?
So they're losing their minds on this because when it comes to the cards, when it comes to the layout of your cards, or of course scrapbook pages, or of course box fronts, anything like that, we get asked or we get told time and time again, wish I could make cards like you. How do you know where you position the stamp, the embellishment, the embossed layer? Where do you put your cardstock, your mats and layers? What we've got here is we've got our layout collection. Now it's 30 recipe cards. Now what I will tell you, and Ben will go over it just shortly, the value is exceptional. However, I'm going to say when it comes to the value of everything, this is the all singing, all dancing, and that is the 30 recipe cards, because that's not just going to enable you to make all the projects within the recipe cards via the sketch, using all the items in the actual collection. What you're going to be able to do time and time again, you know, I was trying to work one recipe card just by twisting and tweaking different elements. You could do hundreds of configurations from one recipe card, because that's your enablement of using your Sarah Signature collection, your Nature Garden collection, your Crafter's Companion collection, your Hunky Dory collections, any other brands that you know and love. It's about the layout, it's about the positioning of where you put all these said elements. Now, when it comes to the recipe cards, you can of course follow along. You get the inspiration on the front, and then you get 6 pictures, 6 written on the back for you to follow along, but then you can tweak it. Now, as we were saying within Wake Up Call, and we're going to say it again within this show here within Launch Day, to start with, if you're relatively new to crafting or new to crafting, this is perfect. Get started, follow the recipe cards exactly as they are. Then, as you build your confidence, you might want to tweak stuff. So for instance, what I mean by you position a square die cut, maybe the next time turn it at an angle so it becomes a diagonal and it comes a diamond, then there you go, you've got a different layout. So it's about giving you the basis, that starting off level, for you to all start on exactly that, an even keel, the same level, and then as you progress, then you're going to be able to put your own stanzas on. However, if you are experienced, or like I said, I'm going to be using this time and time again, sometimes you want to get creative, you just don't want to do the thinking of a layout, you just go back to it. Sometimes we all lose our crafty mojo, sometimes we need something just to kickstart it. This is going to be the perfect thing for you to go back to and refer to time and time again. When we get our new launches, you know, in the next coming weeks and months, we've got an incredible launch tomorrow with Sarah, our Floral Elegance.
We do.
Imagine some of these cards made with the Floral Elegance. And that's because what you're getting within all of this here, you're getting it all to follow along. What I would say though, probably, like me, most of you will probably have all these dies in some form. But what it's about having everything together. You've got the binder, you've got the box. So it means then you've got the exact star die, you've got the exact tag die, you've got the exact size mat and layer dies, you've got the exact same border dies. You're not having to go into your craft room or your living room or your dining room or wherever you craft, and you have to hunt every single thing. Recipe card, cardstock, the dies and stamps, it's all there. Get adhesives, a little bit of ink that you've already got, and you're good to go.
You certainly are. And I know Craig's going to go through the boards with you in just a few moments' time to show you everything, but just, I know you've got, just tell us, like verbalise what we've got in here, because it is a huge amount. And the value on this, again, is just insane when you talk about what we're going to get in the kit.
It really is. I had to type it. There was no way I could memorise all of this, because there is loads and loads and loads. You're getting 11 die sets. Now, in total, that's giving you 48 dies. You're getting an 8x8 acrylic sheets with all of the florals, rainbows, the butterflies, the birds, all of those focal points. You're getting an 8x8 sheet, you're getting 19 stamps on that. You're then getting a 4x6 acrylic stamp sheet where it's giving you all your sentiments. You're getting 20 sentiments there. You're getting your index cards, you're getting your recipe cards as well. You're getting your stylish binder, of course. You're getting 2 8x8 magnetic sheets because all the dies that you've got are going to go on the magnetic sheets into the binder. You've then got 2 of your stamp storage panels. So these are your cling storage panels. So therefore all your stamps are going to go into them into your binder as well. You've got a 5x5 2D embossing folder. All of these as well that I'm saying are designed for the layout collection. A 5x7 2D embossing folder, a 6x4 3D embossing folders. Then you're getting all your printed papers here. Now they're single-sided when it comes to these printed papers. 150 GSM. You've got 12 designs, 2 of each, giving you 24 sheets. You've got 8x8 linen cardstock, 250 GSM, 6 colours, 4 of each, 24 sheets in total. You've got your satin ribbon that's away down there in the bottom, 9 reels, 3 different widths, 3 different colours as well. Then you're also getting, which by the way, you've got a metre on each, then you're also going to be getting 100 of your gems as well to do all the embellishments as well. It's phenomenal, but as I said, yes, that's great. Really, the focal point, everything we're singing and dancing about is the recipe cards, and even then, as well as these shows and my live and first look with Debbie and Becky yesterday, scan that QR code on the back. That's going to take you to a 2-hour class that I done. At the time it was live, but you can still come along, follow along, pause me, rewind me, mute me, like some people would like to do. There you go. So everything is there for you within this launch day collection.
And as well as there being, the collection, you can get your hands on our Showstopper as well, which I'll take you through in just a few moments' time. It seems, shout me the numbers, Johnny, because we were very busy earlier on. So of the Showstopper collection, a third of the stock has already gone, even before we launched it 8 minutes ago, and 30% of the layout on its own has already gone. So we are very, very busy across the board, whichever way you want to look at it. I will take you through what the Showstopper entails in just a few moments' time, and he will take you through all of the boards as well. Should we say a few quick hellos?
Let's do it.
Carlette has joined us from Arkansas.
Oh, hi, Claire.
Karen Wells-Sorrell from Kentucky.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen. I've still got the little car freshener thing that you sent me in the car.
Yeah, I've been burning my Brahma Breeze that she sent me.
Burning your what?
Candle.
Oh, right.
Brahma Breeze.
Betsy through Blackton. Hi, Betsy.
Hiya.
Good morning from a very cold Houston, Texas. So excited for the show. Mary Beth Doyle is in.
Hi.
Minnesota. Jessica Strickers in Southern Illinois.
Hi.
Carol Ann Hanley says, hi, everyone from the Isle of Man.
Hi.
The Isle of Manly, Isle of Hanley. Sorry, I just made me laugh. Don't worry, it's funny things going through my mind.
You've been reading that joke book again?
Oh yeah, got a joke book given away on my Facebook page. If you want to win, because it's Blue Monday today, so I thought, well, cheer everybody up. Or make it even more blue in some cases. You can win my joke book.
That's why I went with the blue jacket.
I know you did. That's why I went with the blue waistcoat. Hi to Deborah Pleasant from Defiance, Ohio.
Hi.
Already ordered the Showstopper.
Yes.
Kendall Serafian's in Minnesota. Margaret Facina's in Montana.
Hello.
Laurie Barnett's in saying happy launch day.
Happy launch day.
Mary Kay Knoll's in Wisconsin.
Hi.
Hi to Claire McKay, who says, hi all, I got the Showstopper this morning.
Yes.
Made a bit of a mistake and the wonderful people at Customer Services sorted me out very quickly. I cannot wait to receive it.
Get in there, Sharon and the girls in the team.
Get in there!
Get in there!
Come on! Gaz is in saying, hi Ben, Craig and all the team.
Hi, guys.
Hi Lynn Bledsoe in Indiana.
Hi.
Zoe Carver.
Hi.
Jill
Getting
B.
repetitive
I know,
strain.
it's all right. Nearly done. Lois Skiathith is in Ohio.
Hi.
Sarah Ibbotson joins us from snowy Arkansas.
Hi.
Hi to Candice Wells in western Nebraska.
Hi, Candice.
And also hi to Sherry Yates, who said, good morning, this is an amazing box.
It is indeed. Can I do a shout out to the lovely Leanne, whose birthday it is today?
It's her birthday today. She won't be watching.
No, she probably won't. I think
No,
she's
they're down.
down.
Sarah doing
down.
some business, aren't
They are, yeah. Business. Going
Yeah.
dancer.
Downstairs.
Yeah, get at my pub.
What?
I'd be good in EastEnders, don't you think
Oh,
so?
you would be, wouldn't you? Do that
I'd
again.
be better than Corey.
Do it again.
Get at my pub.
Seriously, the EastEnders, any producers get on the phones now, you can have him in the show. Please take him away. Right, Craig's going that way, I'm going that way. Whilst we go our separate ways, as it were, let's have a look at the website.
Get at my craft room.
The, the website right now is where, of course, you can pick up your brand new layout collection. But listen, what you want to do, as Sam's going to do for us here, is click on the January sale. Click on my January sale, and there you will find up to 75% off a wide range of items. We started with 500, we have less than that now. A few items have already sold out over the course of the weekend, but there's paper pads there, there's dies there, there's stamps there, there's storage there, there's bits and pieces from some of your favourite collections from the last year at incredible prices. As you can see, there's soft craft items in there for you too. There's creator card dies, I can see embossing folders, I can see swash stamps as we're going through here. If you love your flower forming, I can see foam, I can see
clearly
now the rain has gone. I can see storage, I can see papers, I can see foam, I can see stamens, I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds.
I don't know the rest.
It's gonna be a bright,
crafty
day. Didn't even rehearse that. I have seen the holiday company have nicked my crafty We've Been Everywhere. Yeah, I know. I'm onto it. My people are onto it. Someone did nick my can as well. Someone is watching. I'll tell you what also happened the other day. Sorry, I know we're doing the launch. We were doing the old, you know, for the Christmas show, we do the face on the movie poster thing that we did. Mm-hmm. Doodars did that as well shortly after we did the Christmas show. The Geordie guys, what they're called. And Deck did it.
Did they?
Yeah, nicked it.
Copycat. See, they get all their jokes and their gags from us.
Yeah. Watching us. Hi, Faye Smith in Virginia. Hi, Kathy Lear from Central Illinois. And Christine Mahoney says, hello. Can't wait for this to get to my house. This will be fun. Teresa says, hey there, everyone. Happy launch day. I've got this kit and I love it. And Anne Molyneux says, I've not been well since last Thursday. Well, hopefully you're feeling better. You say, however, Ben and Craig, you are both a tonic. Thank you for making me smile, and what a wonderful pair you are. Take care. That is from Anne.
Oh, that's really, really nice. I'm so sorry to hear that you've been not too well. Sending loves. As we always say, you know, if you're laughing at us or with us, I don't really care. Ideally, you know, you're laughing with us, but the main thing is you're getting better and you're on the mend. Sending love. That's
it. You know, I mean, it's us two together. We always have a laugh, and hopefully that singing hasn't made you feel any worse. I'm sure it's picked you up. And one final hello to Deborah. It says, good morning from Avon, Connecticut. So good to see the two of you kick off my week. You're welcome. I just ordered mine. I cannot wait to get it. You guys are absolutely loving this. Now, let me quickly tell you what the Showstopper is and then we'll get into it. So the layout collection you can buy on your own. Craig is going to take you through the boards in just a few moments' time. The Showstopper, you get extra goodies, right? So you get the layout collection, obviously. As I say, we'll look at it in full in just a second. The Showstopper brings you extra the 12 by 12 Wild at Heart paper pad. So your 37 sheets you're going to be getting in there. You're also going to receive one of our tape pens, so the original glue tape pen, 22 metres, 72 feet, and you're going to get the 25 sheets of the beautiful linen card from the Fabulous Future collection. If you were to get that separately, that would be an extra £33 or $46. Within the bundle, it's £15 or $20 extra. The other way you can look at it is that it's like we are giving you the tape pen and the 12 by 12 absolutely for nothing. $75.99 is your platinum price on that. $95.99 if you're in the US. Worth bearing in mind too that if you haven't yet shopped with us and joined Club Inspire, do it on the website. Take you about, I don't know, 2 minutes and you'll get 20% off your first order. We don't have as much stock of that as you can understand, and a third of the stock of that has gone. So if you like the Showstopper with the added extras, I would be checking that out kind of fairly quick. I think you said lickety split then. What is that? That's an American saying, isn't it? If you just want the layout collection on its own, we have more stock, but it shows you how popular it's been that we had a big collection of this now, and already we are 30% of the stock of the layout collection on its own gone. So it tells you how busy this has been and how this is resonating with so many different people. Craig's going to take you through it all, but look, I mean, the platinum price on this is incredible. £63.99 or $79.99. 30 recipe cards, 48 dies, 20 stamps, embossing folders, papers, card, your gems, the ribbon. It is an unbelievable value for money deal. A few quick hellos and then Craig will go through it all for you. Faye says, good afternoon, Ben, Craig and everyone from Faye in Kent. Kimberly Fisher says, hello from Wiki Watchy in Florida. Lynn Blackledge says, glad you've sorted your islands out, Ben. Yes, thank you, I did, because I read it now, you see. It always helps when you just read. Helen says, I've ordered a layout collection, cannot wait for it to arrive so I can use everything and experiment with all my other crafty goods. And Olga says, hello everyone, I'm just loving Ben and Craig. Thank you. It's a good job, actually, because we're here now, and then we're here later on as well, so if you were hating on us, boy, oh boy, is that a blue Monday for you? But let's look at this, right? Let's go through it with Craig, ask questions, anything you want to see, but let's see the value, and this is going to take some time, because there's a lot in this box, right, mister?
There is, yeah. You're getting lots and lots and lots for you to replicate what's in the recipe cards. I cannot stress enough, and I'm going to keep saying it like I did do within Wake Up Call. The point of this collection is those recipe cards, because you're going to be able to take everything else collection-wise. You're going to be able to create your backgrounds. These can be your mats and layers instead of the pattern paper. You can do your glitter paste and substitute the pattern paper layer, but with your backgrounds that you created with the glitter paste and your stencils and all of that. But we're going to step you through different demos and techniques throughout the next couple of hours. But what you are going to be getting is you're getting your embellishments and your ribbon. So you're getting 100 of these gems just to finish off your projects. You're getting your satin ribbon, so you're getting your peach, your lilac and your baby blue. 9 reels in total, 3 different widths, 3 different colours. So you're getting them in there. Then you're getting all of these dies. So you're getting your embellishment dies. Now every single die and stamp, everything within this collection serves a purpose. So you've got your embellishment dies. But then what you've got is you've got your mats and layer dies as well. So you've got your square dies, so you've got your 2 normal with your scallop, and then your 2 smaller with the scallop. These will all work together as well, or stand alone. So you've got your square dies in there. You've got your set of oval dies. So these ones are all your layer and oval dies, with the main largest one being the scalloped one. You're then getting your circle dies. So just like the squares, you've got your straight circle edge and your large scallop. Same with the smaller ones as well, but they will all work together as well. So they're in there. Then you're getting your tag dies that you can see. So you've got your 4 tag dies there. You're getting your banner dies as well. So you've got your 4 banner dies for you to then do your sentiments on, or just do the accents down the side or in the middle or in the corner, wherever you want. Additional tag dies, 2 lots of different ornate tag dies that you can see here. So whether you're going to be using them in the ways that you can see within the recipe cards or putting your own stance on them, you can do that. But you've got all of those. And then to finish off, when it comes to the dies, you've got your edgeable dies. So you've got your scallop, you've got your torn edge, and then you've got your kind of sea wave at the side there. So that's giving you your 3 dies. So in total, that's 48 dies in total. So that is your 11 sets that you're getting, individual sets, but in total 48 dies. You're then going to be getting your 5x7 2D embossing folder. We used these as well as many elements in Wake Up Call earlier on. We'll use them throughout launch day. So with these ones, you're going to find throughout the collection that you're not necessarily always going to be embossing a 5x7 sheet. What you're going to be doing is die cutting your circles, your squares, your tags, then embossing them, which will show you lots of concepts throughout the layout collection. You've got 5x7, no you don't, you've got a 6x6 embossing folder, 2D, beautiful floral, packs a punch with all that full imagery that you've got there, and then we're finishing off with a 4x6. Now that's a 3D embossing folder, that gives you lots of depth when it comes to that bouquet there, and we'll be using that within one of the demos throughout this show as well, and we did use it within Wake Up Call. That's in there. Then you've got your stamps. Now these stamps are going to be the stamps that are going to be a focal point. Now I say that, but this is when you follow the recipe cards, you might not want to use these. You might want to use your stamps from Dancing Dragonflies or Vintage Rose or going back to Vintage Garden or Garden Party or anything like that. But these are just there to have that icon on your card. 8x8 sheets of them. They're going to go onto your binder that you've got as well. You've got your tab binders in there, so that's going to go into that, and you've got the 19 of them. We're then going to show you, that's how they would look if you were to colour them in these ways, but that's all of your stamps that you've got there. So these are going to work for so many occasions, Ben. You've got your floral, congratulations, you know, you've got your butterfly, your rose, teacups, cakes, which of course, you know, going into the presents could be for wedding, that could be wedding or anniversary. So with the layout collection, doesn't matter whether it's spring, summer, autumn, winter, whether it's Halloween, whether it's Valentine's, whether it's Easter, Christmas, any occasion this is going to work for. It really is comprehensive generic sort of collection for you to be using all throughout the year. You've got your sentiment sheets here, so this is 4x6 20 different sentiments that you've got here. So hugs and kisses, sending love, treat yourself, you are loved, thinking of you, just a few of the sentiments that you're going to be getting. Then you're also going to be getting all of your 8x8 pattern paper. This is going to get you started if you want to follow along all of the individual recipe cards. 30 of the individual recipe cards we're away to show you in a second. So 8x8 in size with these printed paper. They are single-sided, 150 GSM. You've got 12 designs, 2 of each, so that's giving you 24 sheets of your 8x8. Then you've got my absolute favourite as well. You've got your linen cardstock.
Knew it.
But when I say you can chop and change and mix and match, this could be Centura Pearl.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
could be metallic cardstock if you want to. It could be any of your card or paper that you have. But this is getting you started for you to then follow along with the recipe cards once again, or substitute it for your own. So within that one there, it's your 8x8 linen card, 250 GSM, 6 colours, 4 of each, 24 sheets in total. So that's all of that, but you need something to follow. And this is great, this is brilliant. The price is absolutely exceptional.
Yeah.
But this isn't what it's about.
And this is where it's different. Sorry to interrupt, Craig, 'cause
No,
I know you're
go
going to
for
come
it.
on to this, but a few people, I've seen a few comments of people saying, well, you know, how is this different maybe to some of the craft kits that we brought out previously, or some of those, you know, the boxes that we cram full of crafty stuff. This is the difference coming up here, isn't it? What Craig is about to show you is why this is so different and why it's just such a useful and must-have item for every crafter.
Exactly, absolutely. 30 of them. You've got your index card here, so this is going to step you all the way through. So if you're familiar with the index or the template library, it works exactly the same when it comes to index-wise. But what it is this is it. This is what I love, this is what I adore, this is what I've become so passionate about. I've shown you all those dies, these stamps, these folders.
Yeah.
This, and I'm going to show you the step-by-step, the finished example. But to me, out of everything, Ben, that is the key point. This is the key element. This is what you're going to be following. This is what it's all about when it enables you to then do the layout. So for that one there, it's what we'll call a sketch. So that is black and white form. And do you know what I'm going to do, actually?
Go on.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to speak to Leanne later on in the week.
Right.
Because I'm going to get them blown up and put onto either our website or our social group, something like that. Going to be doing. I vaguely remember we had a meeting last week and she did say it would be doable when I kind of mentioned it. So these, yes, are going to be on the recipe cards, but what we'll do, you know, over the next, well, I'm going to say couple of weeks, you know, not necessarily in the next couple of days.
No.
But within social groups, if you want them bigger, what we'll do is we'll get them expanded and we'll put them online. So I'll drop her a message for her to speak to our team.
Not today on the birthday.
No, not today on her birthday. No. Although she is working on her birthday, I won't do it today, but I will do it tomorrow. But you can still, once you get this home, you've got it close up, you can see the layers that you've got. But when it comes to the layers, these layers then are stepped through on the back there. So you've got 6 steps, you've got 6 written, 6 pictures. Go for either or maybe you follow on both of them. Now, this is the great thing as well. This is what I am absolutely adoring at the moment, and that is you're going to go step by step for you to then make this card here. Now, we've done this one within Wake Up Call this morning. So you're going to follow along. Mats and layers, measurements are there, Ben. So you've got your mats and layers using what's in the collection. The next step is the strips. The next step is using your square dies to cut your cardstock and then emboss with the butterfly embossing folder. Next step is to use that rose stamp, colour it in, die cut it out. So you're following along, layering, and then you are then bringing that layer together, that layout together, finishing it off. Now that is using all of the collections that you've got inside, but maybe you want to mix it up and just change the colours ever so slightly. Maybe, Ben, you want to come along and use a completely different collection.
Oh, nice.
So that's Sarah's Love Collection, Sent with Love Collection. So what I've done is I followed the exact same steps, I've just changed the collection. And that's what you're going to be able to do. But then what you can do, and we will go through all the finished projects just shortly, Ben, but what you can then start to do is bring that from a 6x6 cardstock. Now, all you need to do is this base layer here that's 6x6. Add your own measurement, so that can now be 6 by 6, it could be 7 by 7, you can then extend it to 8 by 8, you can go up to 12 by 12. You can decide on the initial base that you want to start, and you still follow along. So even though that's 6 by 6, follow the steps. That could be a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, or an 8 by 8 page if you want to. And that is the concept, that is the whole purpose of this layout collection, the 30 recipe cards that you've got here. And just shortly, when we come back, we will go through all the finished kind of projects, because I've got all the finished cards here. But what I was meaning about within, let's take this one here, Ben. And when I said, literally, there could be hundreds of different kind of configurations. This one, have the teacups on that side, the ribbon on that side. Maybe have the sentiment that side instead. Maybe have the rose, maybe have the birds, maybe have the florals, maybe have the dragonflies. So you're going to be able to change it. That could be different colour card, different paper, different sentiment. You can go landscape, you can go portrait if you want to. You can then shrink that layout down, and that could be a 4 by 6 card if you want to. So this is why these are the key elements. This is what the layout collection is all about. All 30 of your different recipe cards. You can follow along, make exactly what's on the front, or of course you can mix and match, change, bring in your own collection, your own cardstock, your own colours. It's entirely up to you, but every single sketch, this is what you're going to be following step by step, every single project, unless you change or you decide to change it up a little.
Yeah, that's it. And as I said earlier on, like from a sort of a newbie's perspective, I would imagine that what you will be doing is coming in and following each of the 30 projects step by step, using the exact papers, using the exact stamps, using the exact dies, and then kind of building your confidence in creating 30 amazing projects. And then once you've kind of got your mojo up, once you've kind of seen the different way that you can lay out cards, and more ideas will probably come to your mind, or then you'll go, well, actually, I really like project number 3. I'm going to recreate that, like Craig said, with different papers. You go to a different Sarah signature collection, a different Nature's Garden collection. You might then bring in some of your own stamps. You might try a different die that you have elsewhere. This is just the starting point of that journey, and we touched on this earlier on. If you are someone perhaps who's enjoyed the Academy of Colour, springs straight to mind, right? If you've enjoyed that journey of the Academy of Colour, and you're one of those people who are saying, well, I can't colour, I can't do colouring, I'm useless at colouring, and you bought the Academy of Colour, and now you're down here on the your colouring journey, you go, oh, the Academy of Colour has taken me so far. This is what it's going to do for you as far as your cards are concerned. Your layouts are going to just look absolutely brilliant. It's going to help you on that journey to create those cards, boxes, scrapbook pages, decorations for bags that you've always wanted to do in one easy step. Loads of lovely hellos coming through. Hi to Marianne Rosie, who's in from Edmonton. Still freezing here. We've still got the radiators on. Jean F says, Ben and Craig, hello from San Diego. Hello Nona Lawton. He says, good afternoon everyone from a cold but sunny Whitby. Helen Stewart says, hello everyone from a cold and cloudy Birkenhead, Merseyside. Hi Rhonda, who says, good morning Ben, Craig, crew, Team Social, and all my lovely crafty friends from Oak Park, Chicago, Superstar Susie on the socials, of course. We have Johnny and Sam K steering the good ship craft today. Hi everyone, says Lillian. Hello Ben and Craig. Just nervously switched my keyboard back on after mopping up all the coffee I spilt on it. Uh-oh. Beverly Bryant says, hello, Ben and Craig. I cannot wait to see what you two get up to. Very serious and professional today. No shenanigans at all.
You might want to tune into Monday Makers.
Oh yeah, Monday Makers. Monday Makers will be off the rails. Laura says, hi all, I'm usually in Seattle, but I'm on a mini holiday in Savannah, Georgia. Hi Shaddai. He says, good morning, my Lord Ben and Craig O'Bagel. Craig O'Bagel. Hello. Just got home, I love that. Craig O'Bagel. Irish Craig. Just got home, blinking freezing here, frostbite in me fingers, warming whilst having a hot cuppa. Hi to Mary Kay Canoli, says the embossing folder, the bouquet one is wonderful. Linda's in from Minnesota. Christina Sayer says, such an amazing set, I would have loved this when I was starting my crafting journey.
So would I.
That's what we were saying earlier as well. You think of all the things that we bring to you now, things like this, things like the Academy of Colour, template library, all of these things to kind of start you off on a crafting journey. There has never been a better time to start your crafting. Hi to Carol Shields, who says, I've got this, I'm so happy. Gaz says, I can't wait to get my grubby mitts on this. I want it to be delivered already. And Ginny Van Vliet says, good morning from a cool Florida. Hannah's asked about the stamp. Keep the questions coming in. The bouquet stamp, I've had a look for you, but Craig will know anyway. Are the flowers the same or different to the embossing folder? I was wondering the possibility of a little decoupage. The bouquet stamp is different to the bouquet that you've got on the embossing folder. It's the one on the embossing folder is a bit more decorative and it's in a vase, whereas the stamp one's a little bit bigger. But you know what? That's not to say that there still isn't loads and loads of crafty possibilities with those. I think we're all up to date as far as the comments and questions are concerned, but keep them flying in. Let us know whether you're going for the collection or whether you're going for the Showstopper. It's the collection at the minute that is proving the most popular. $63.99 or $79.99 is your price for just the layout collection. Just remember, if you want to go for the Showstopper, coming up at the bottom of your screen, you pay $94.99, $119.99, and you get extra the Wild at Heart 12x12, your 25 sheets of cardstock, linen cardstock from the fabulous Fuchsia, and also your tape pen. Basically works out that you're getting the 12x12 and the tape pen for free within the Showstopper. If you do go down the Showstopper line, of course, you are close to that free shipping threshold as well. If you want something to tip you over into that free shipping, may I recommend the goodie bag that we've got coming up tonight on Monday Makers. We'll see that a little bit later on. Right, let's get into it though. Lots to show you. Half an hour already gone. Where's that time gone? Right, what are you going to do for us, mister?
Right, what we'll do is we will do a demo, but let's show you each of the 30 projects that you're going to be able to make here. I think this is a good way for you just to see, these are all the ones. If you follow exactly in the recipe cards, this is what you're going to be able to make. Of course, as I said, and you'll see, mix and match with your own card, your paper, your stamps, your dies, your folders, all of that. So, number one, that's what you're going to be able to make, but as I showed you beforehand as well, Ben, change it up if you want to. Or then what about this one here? I've not put it together, but if I just quickly show you how you can change it. So these ones, instead of your embossing folder from this collection, what about the elements? This is from the Daisy collection. Cute. So just by following along with your recipe card, that's the picture in the recipe card, but change it with your Past Sarah signature collection, going in with your Daisy collection, add your sentiment in that. So even though these are stamps, there's nothing stopping you. That can be a die cut, that could be an embellishment, you could leave it blank if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Or then what you can start to do is once you start to build that confidence up, Ben, you follow the layout. Change it about. Yeah. Change it about. Maybe you want to then take that one out like that. Then, of course, you can do that. Maybe you want to then come along and take that into the middle and maybe pop that one from the base just into there. Cute. So start with what's in the actual recipe card, and then you can then start to mix and match and change if you want. So that was just a very brief, I'll be showing you more within the next hour and a half. But there's number two. We've done that within Wake Up Call, this one here. Followed on exactly the same, but what I've done is I changed the colours, and instead of doing 6 strips, I've done 2 instead. You can mix and match. There's our butterfly, little butterfly one there, number 3. That's exactly as it is. But then that's what I've done, is I made it bigger. The only part I made big was the mats and layers. All of that, I followed the recipe card to make that one. The only difference is the actual base layer to start with. Instead of being 4x4, I started on 6x6, but all of that has been done following the recipe cards. So you can see how you can start to bring in all your other collections. So as I say, these are the exact finished examples that you're going to see on the front of the recipe cards. So you're going to be able to make all of these, you know, doing your letterpress technique, your inking technique, die cut your hearts and then emboss them. Smaller cards that you can start to use and create fancy little frames when it comes to your triangle dies. You know, we'll do this one later on within the show as well. This is all about, yes, the layout with the circles, but then doing them with the pattern paper, emboss them, and do that either half and half or 1/4 and 3/4, and this steps you through when it comes to the layout collection. There's your one with the dragonflies. You've then got all your additional embossed layers. Steps you through if you want to do heat embossing, because that's the thing. Although, you know, we show you and step you through on the recipe cards, here's another prime example. You could do heat embossing if you want. We say alcohol-based colouring in the recipe. That could be water-based colouring if you want to. That could go there, that could go there. It just starts you off. Maybe you're going to buy this, Ben, and all you're ever going to do is follow the recipe cards exact. Yeah. Then, of course, you can do that. Why not? That one I'm keeping out because that's what we're going to do in a moment. Okay. But when we'll come around with inking, the larger cards, the smaller cards, that is a little 4x4. Add a little mat and layer onto that, put it onto 6x6. You follow the recipe cards, you've just made it bigger. Your DL cards that you can see here, slimline cards, square cards, rectangle cards. That one there within Wake Up Call. So that's a little 4x4 card, Ben. But we done this one within Wake Up Call. Kept it 4x4, but I put it onto a box instead.
Yeah.
So you can see that is how it looks if you do it onto a box lid. This one, I didn't stick it down. I used my own square measurements, but I followed the recipe card for that same project, started to layer it up, build it up in the exact same way. So if you want to add your own measurements, you can do it. It's about following the steps of the recipe card when it comes to, of course, the actual layout. Finishing off, starting to finish off with more of these. So that could go there, that could go there, that could go the other way around. It could be any of your other papers. We've got our banner strips. We've got our framework within our frames that are cut down. Bringing these last ones in, and then again, finishing it off with number 30. That's all of them that you can be doing. But changing the stamp, changing the die, changing the folder, changing the size, you're going to get a different look every single time. And that's what I meant by, if you do it that way, you're then going to have at least hundreds of different ways from one recipe card. So let's get started. Let's go in number 18, beautiful rows, and the key and component is the sketch. So we're going to follow the sketch. It is exact that you can see in the top corner there. If you want to make it just like that, you can do, because you've got all the components to make what's on the front of the card. Turning it over, you've then got all the steps there. Now, for ease of the shows, I've got all my dies and all my recipe cards out to make it quicker, but all of these are going to be contained within the binder as well.
Snazzy.
All the dies, all the stamps, you can see you've got your index, you've got your dividers, and that's all going to work into there. Very, very briefly, Ben, that's how it's going to come. So just unlock it, left, left, put the recipe cards in, put the dies in, put the stamps in, then all you're going to do is close it, push that over, lock it into place, and that's how you use your lever arch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our 5x7 card blank that I've got here, and then it tells me that what I'm going to do is I'm then going to cut. So it says 2 strips of pattern paper that's it's half an inch by 7 inch. What we do within this recipe cards as well is we cut down on waste. So if I bring in my pattern paper here, so it said half an inch. Now, it's quite hard to cut half an inch right from the right hand side of the guillotine. So my top tip, Ben, is come to the nearest 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
So I've gone to 4, it just so happens it's 4 3/4. So I'm now going to come down half an inch and cut. So there's my half an inch strip.
Cool.
I'm going to do that again. So that's at 4 1/4. Size or measurement is irrelevant. Just go to the nearest 1/4 of an inch, come down half an inch, and then there we go. We've got our 2 strips. I'm just going to double check that I've got them at 7 inches, which I have done. So that's my 2 strips, 7 by half an inch. So let's move that out the way. So once I've got them, what it's then saying, wrap 2 pieces of ribbon around a 4.5 by 7 card panel. So I've got it here. So there's my card panel, white multi-purpose. We've all got white multi-purpose within our stash, and it tells me to wrap my ribbon all the way around. So if we bring in our 2 ribbons, so the ribbon's included as well. See what I mean? You might have the ribbon, Ben, you might have the dies, you might have some form. You're not going to have the stamps or the folders because these have been designed for this collection, but you might have, and you will have all of these extras. But this is about you being able to make exactly what's in the layout collection with the recipe cards. It's all there. You don't have to go hunting. So let's go in, and I'm going to follow the recipe card as it says.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to the top here with my tape runner. And what we're going to do, we're following along, and we're going to do our crisscross over.
And we're just watching you do that. It's amazing because, like Faye's just messaged saying, after watching Craig on Thursday, I used the concept of recipe card 1 on a 5x7, and that's a concept on an 8x8. So people are already taking the concepts and putting them to different shaped cards.
Ways. Yeah.
It's incredible.
And it's a really, really good point. Although I say, for instance, 6x6, you can put it into 7x7, 8x8. It's a recipe card, so there's nothing stopping you taking a square card and making it into a 5x7 or a 4x6 just by following the sketch, of course. You know, you're just going to adapt it ever so slightly, but it's absolutely doable. What I'm then going to do here, so I've got the ribbon at the top like it says, but Ben, the ribbon could be at the bottom. or I could go horizontal, I could go portrait. It's entirely up to myself, but we need to add those panels on. And whereas I say within the recipe cards, we talk you through not having any waste. I mean, could you imagine what we're going to do is a faux mat and layer side by side there. Imagine the amount of pattern paper I'd be wasting. So therefore, this is things you're going to learn from the layout collection, and then you're going to start to follow that through within all your other card making, should you wish to. So let's just work that in, side by side, edge to edge. I'm just going to make sure, yep, that is 5 inch.
So good. That
we've got there. So then there we go. No one knows that we've not actually used it. So I've saved that.
I've never seen, that is such a simple thing to do, but
simple,
how effective,
isn't it?
I've never seen that done before, and I would never have thought of doing that. That's so clever.
We talk about gutting, and obviously you can gut with the dies that you've got included, but what a really good way of just doing the panels at the side. And let's face it, how many are you going to have offcuts like that?
Yeah, well, exactly right.
So you start to use them.
Right.
Start to use them.
Yeah.
That's then going to go exactly onto a 5x7. So we're going to press that into place here. So we're now at that point where we've got it to number 2. We're away to go on to number 3 here. So within number 3, what I've already done is I've already cut these within the pattern paper. And guess what, Ben? It's all included. You don't have to go hunting for banner dies. It's all included. So I've used the smallest one and die cut that 3 times. What I'm going to do within this one is I'm going to take, I don't want that full banner. I only want the tails at the end. So following along, and then what I'm going to do is just snip. So snipping away, just want the tails, not the points, and on 2 of them, so the 2 orange ones here I've got on foam pads, and then this one I'm just going to put on flat. So we're going to then bring that in, following step number 3, we're going to position it. I'm not going to stick it down just yet, because what we're then going to do is get that roughly where I want it to be. We're then going to go on to step number 4. So let's set that to the side for now, and then I'm going to come along and I'm going to bring in my Nina cardstock. For this one, it says that we then need to use our square die to die cut our square. Now, in all honesty, Ben, you could simply cut the square on your guillotine. Just being honest, you absolutely can do. But maybe you're not confident with cutting. Maybe you don't have a good grip to hold down when it comes to the guillotine, when it comes to the finger protection, even when it comes to the paper trimmer, trying to hold down. We show it and we do it with ease, and sometimes we forget that not everyone's got strength within their hands. So the dies are sized for you to do these mats and layers as well. So if I come in with the largest one, so I'm going to go with the largest one is going to go into colour card. The next size down, we're going to go into white. So let's then tape this one down. So we're going to tape that in. And all of these dies, every one of them, these are going to go through your MIDI.
Yep.
So you don't need to worry about the size of that. A lot of them, I would say about 60% of them, Ben, are going to go through your mini.
Okay.
So, you know, if the kiddies are crafting away with you and they've got their mini, then of course you can then start to get creative with them.
Got the new MIDI on the show, by the way, if you want to grab that Raspberry MIDI. And
I'm just thinking there, because you said, as I was saying earlier on, that I spoke to I had a meeting with Leanne last week, because obviously I watched Sarah, I knew the concept about this, but I really just wanted to, I'm so lucky that we get to delve into Leanne's brain when it comes to things like this. I thought I would be crazy not to take that opportunity. So that's what I've done. And as Leanne said, and you've just said it as well, so many people took the Academy of Colour, you know, to their heart. They absolutely loved this. This is card making in Academy of Colour. It's just that same idea, same concept, but by die cut and stamping. What you can then do, take the elements from the Academy of Colour. This could be what I'm away to do now, Ben, and that is, we're going to go in with that rose stamp. This could be one of the florals from the Academy of Colour. Start to colour it the same way that Leanne's taught you with the Academy of Colour,
Yeah.
and then bring it in
Combine
to
the
your
two.
layout collection. So you're going to be able to bring in all of the education that we do. And I don't just mean Leanne and the Academy of Colour, myself and the template library. What I'm meaning is everything. When Jan's here, take what you've watched from Leanne when it comes to the images she stamps and colours, you know, the backdrops that she does, you know, the backgrounds that she does, or what Debbie does, and Corin does, Michelle does. All of these you're going to be able to take, layer in, and then bring it in to the layout collection. So we've die cut it, we've stamped it, and then I've coloured it. I'm not doing any colouring of that within this show. It's not what it's about. It's just about showing the layout and the concept. So you're going to come along with whichever colours you want to colour.
Yeah.
What I would say is if you're doing alcohol colouring like I've done here, Nina cardstock, alcohol proof, ink pad. If you're doing water base, still exactly the same that you would be used to, and that is your watercolour card and your waterproof ink pad. So that now is me at step number 4. I've cut it, I've coloured it, and then I've matte and layered it. So let's bring this back in here. I'm going to go in with foam pads. I would say as well, foam pads is completely optional when it comes to this. Because you're doing a layout, because you're then working it, well, I'm saying you're not working it out, you're just following along. If you want it flat because you're posting, keep it flat, but then you're going to be some elements that you're going to be able to then layer up. And you'll find sometimes it will say foam pads or tape runners, sometimes it won't, and that's because it's entirely up to yourself. It's entirely up to yourself the way that you want it. Going in there, number 5 now, or still on number 4 there, that we can see, press that in. What we're then going to do is go in with that flat one, and I'm going to pop that underneath there. Going to go in with this little tag that I've done, and we're just going to cross that over onto that middle one. We're going to go in with the next one, and then if we take that one off, we're going to cross that one into place.
Imagine making this as your first card as well.
Could you imagine?
Mate. People are going to think you've taken some sort of like night class. Do you know what I mean? Or like
Exactly,
some
you're
sort of
right.
course to do card making.
You're right, because make it just like that, Ben, but then the next time, turn your card the other way, so you've got the fold at the top.
Yeah.
Turn your rows around and then add your sentiment, and that's at a different angle. But to finish off, what we're then going to do is we're going to come along the bottom that we can see just here. And along the bottom, what we've got is hugs and kisses. So I'm not going to stamp this one out. It was just a strip of cardstock. The measurements are there. It's all there for you to follow. And then all that we're doing is we're matting and layering onto our card that we've got included. So that can go into place here. And what I'm going to do as well, Ben, is, you know, maybe once a week, maybe, I'm going to say at least once a week, I'm going to do kind of replications of the cards, recipe cards, on my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel. So some of them I'll do exactly that's on the recipe cards. We've got Debbie here tomorrow that's going to be showing you her take on launch party.
Yeah.
She's here, so she'll give you her take as well.
That's Debbie of the Robinson variety.
It is indeed. But if you follow me on my Crafter's Companion YouTube channel, I'm going to be filming myself replicating these steps as well over the coming weeks and months. So you're still going to get lots and lots and lots of education. Then to finish off, step number 6, we're going to take our star die. You don't have to go hunting for a star. If you've got lots of different stars, it's there. We're going to use the pattern paper. I'm going to bring that in here. Let's just add our tape. And we're going to go that one into there. We're going to come into this one, into here. But this could be Halloween. This could be Christmas. This could be Easter time if you want to. So there it is. That's what I've done. That's what it should look like, which is pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
And that's because I followed the recipe card. But you could change the colours, you could change the die cuts, you could change the stamps, you can change whatever you like, but you're following along step by step when it comes to the card. And that's number 18. So that is the concept, that's the premise of the layout collection. Follow along, create as it is, you've got the elements inside, and then start to use all your own stash.
We'll go through the whole collection again for you in just a while because you get tons in here. Jennifer just saying, I bet we could use this layout library with our advent calendars. You're not the first person to say that. Lots of people having the same idea. Shirley Ann saying, hi Ben and Craig and crew, it's my birthday on Thursday. I ordered the layout collection as an early birthday present to me. Well, happy birthday. That is a great present you just ordered. Shadiah says, at the moment I'm into side steppers, fold back cards. Liz McLean's joined us. Mary Shaw says, I love my layout collection, just as wonderful as the template library. And I bought the Showstopper, says Teresa Campbell, and I can't wait to get it. More of your comments in just a few moments' time. Let us know if you've gone for this collection. Let us know if you've gone just for the layout collection or whether you've gone Showstopper. We'd love to know in the comments. And when we come back, we'll go through the collection. Also, we'll tell you about the new Raspberry Gemini MIDI, which is on the show. All of that to come, but right now, your chance to get to the checkouts will come back in about 4 minutes' time.
My name's Jan Brown and I am one of the craft experts here at Crafters Companion, so you often see my face on the camera and see me demoing all the different products that we have in our range. I live in Yorkshire. I'm actually based in Sheffield, which is one of the cities in Yorkshire, and I'm born and bred, absolutely, and it's lovely and green, countryside, little picturesque village, and I wouldn't change it for the world. My crafting journey was quite an interesting one because I was working in school and someone just sent me, it was birthday, sent me a card, and it was a handcrafted card which I'd never come across before. So I was literally blown away by it, asked her a little bit about it, went and bought a craft kit, and the rest of it's just history. Inspiration, I think, comes from lots and lots of different places. So it could be sort of architecture, it could be sort of the style of something, particularly colours, things like that. I love sort of like autumn colours, that kind of thing. I think one of the biggest ones there is our design team. We have a massive design team, second to none in the industry, and I often have a look through their folders and get ideas and work with those when I'm planning my demos. Yeah, I think behind the scenes we do have a giggle. I'm not sure there are actually any blooper reels. There may be, I'm not sure, but I think one of the things that we always have a joke about, and I learned very early on, was remembering to turn the microphone off when you leave the camera. I'm going to leave it to your imagination with that one. Although crafting does take up a lot of my time, I think the biggie's got to be my family. We have a very small family, but a very close-knit one. My girls both live close by, and my eldest daughter has got her little boy. He's my only grandson, so we spend a lot of time with him, and it's something that we love getting, whether we're going out for a meal somewhere or whether we're at home playing board games, that kind of thing. Just everybody together. I'm not a loner, I don't like spending time on my own, so the more people around, the better. I was accepted onto the demonstration team as well, so those were very big moments in my sort of crafting lifetime, and very much a dream come true, you know, when it's a hobby turned into a job as such. And then obviously along with that, at the store came the chance to meet Sarah. She came to, well, she opened the store, naturally came to visit, so getting to meet her and have a chat with her. And then taking it on from there, my name was put forward for this particular role, and now I actually work alongside Sarah, so she's actually part of the team. We all work together, and definitely a dream come true. I don't tend to refer to it, when anybody asks me what I do, I don't refer to it as work anymore, because it literally is just playing with the crafting products.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Lots of people checking out in that short break there. Thank you so much. And I cannot wait until you get your hands on this collection and start seeing the projects that you're making. As always, don't forget, once you do get this collection home, as with anything that you get from us, do share with us your inspiration. You know, you can tag us on Facebook. You'll find all of us on there. You just pop in our names at, so for me, for example, at Ben Moseby CC, at Craig Laird CC, at Debbie Robinson CC, and so on and so forth. So we'd love to see what you've been making. And of course, at any point, do feel free to send in any pictures to our email address, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, because we love a little gallery now and again. again. So we'll always show what you send us. Hi to Pam, who's joined us. Pam Craven, it's lovely to have you back, Pam. I know you've not been so well. And you say, hi, Ben and Craig. Earlier on, my husband walked into my craft room and said, anything interesting? So I said, not so sure. So he just said, buy it. So I bought the collection. He did that with the Gemini 2, making up for lost time whilst going through chemo when I didn't watch or buy anything for 6 months to catch up on. Well, Pam, it's lovely to have you back, and absolutely buy what you fancy. Yes.
Do you know, I'm going to say something not controversial, but everyone's got a budget. Everyone's got a budget. Everyone's got something to follow along with, follow through with. So we'd never say, buy it. You need to buy it. I'm going to tell you, you need to buy it. This really, really is going to enable you to then take, maybe you're stuck in a rut when it comes to the layouts. Maybe you do, I do the same layouts time and time again. It just then takes you to that next level, and then it's just starting to build that confidence when it comes to the sketch. Promise you, you're not going to regret going for this collection, Ben.
No, absolutely. And let us know when you've got yours, how much you love it and what you're making with it. Stephanie says, good morning. We might actually get an inch of snow later today, but it is getting cold. That's Farmingdale, New Jersey. Absolutely gorgeous collection, says Laurie. And Jill B says, sent in a couple of my makes this morning. We'll do our best to get round to those. Loads of you are in. Loads of you shopping for the collection. A lot of you as well shopping for the Gemini Midi. This is a new machine. It's new for the fact that you've got it in our new colour, right? So if you're someone perhaps who's picked up one of the many hundreds, thousands of people who picked up the Gemini 2, then you're probably going to want to add this into your collection. If you've got the Raspberry Mini, you're probably going to want to add this into your collection as well, because it's the next one in the new sort of Raspberry family of machines. Let's be clear though, you know, and again, I'm not going to tell you to buy this just because, you know, you need to buy it. If you've already got a Gemini Midi, the purple one, this is going to do nothing different for you, all right? It's the same machine. It's that same power. It's that same precision. It is the same simplicity without the electricity. It's all the same. All you're getting with this, of course, is that new look, that new colour. So like I've said, this isn't a must-have. I mean, you might want it because, of course, you know, is that all that FOMO that goes on, isn't there? And, you know, if you've already got one of the Midis, you might think to yourself, well, I've got the Gemini 2, which is the Raspberry, and the Mini, which is the Raspberry. It's nice to complete the family, but if you've already got the purple Gemini Midi, this does the same. If you haven't yet got a die cutting machine, or indeed if you've got an electronic one and you want to go for a manual machine, this is brilliant. It's the bigger of the two that we do. You're using your folders, of course, here, not your plates, 6x9 size, and as Craig's been describing, it's going to take the majority of your dies for you, and it's just super simple, super easy, but you're still getting that power and precision that you would expect from an electronic machine in a manual. Great price on this today as well. I mean, Craig, you know how much I love my Midis, but it is a brilliant machine to go for, and particularly if you are, again, new, and you're looking at this and thinking, well, I'm going to need a die cutting machine, you know, to work with the dies in here. This would be a perfect place to start, wouldn't it?
It would indeed. It would indeed. I know how much you love your Midis. But it is, yeah, everything that Ben has just said there. Now, believe it or not, if you're familiar with our Pro, it has the same amount of pressure as our Pro in every die cutting machine that we do. It's the Gemini. Now with that one, it is folder base as well. So it's folder base, so instead of the plates, you don't have to worry about the plate configuration. Flip and rotates the folders. Still going to do 3D embossing folder, still going to do your 2D embossing folder when it comes to that shim as well. But what you've got as well is you've got the suction. So you know it's going to be stable, it's going to be stabilized wherever you are using it, on your craft desk, on the kitchen table, at the bunker, wherever you are that you're going to be using it. But the key thing is 5x7, you have got that incredible power, unrivaled power from the Gemini.
It's a brilliant machine, honestly. Take it from the guys that know. £50.39 is your platinum price on this, or $79.19 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. Also, worth bearing in mind that if you are someone who's new to crafting, if you've not yet joined Club Inspire, do so today, and you can get 20% off your first order. So that is the price down here in the purple box. You can literally craft everywhere with this. So I don't know, I find that so funny. We can literally craft everywhere with this. It's super portable, and of course you've got all the precision and all of the power from your bigger electronic machines as well. £50.39 if you're platinum, or $79.19 if you're platinum and shopping in the US. Welcome everybody, a very good afternoon to launch day. If you've just joined us, where you been? What you been doing? It's been all over the socials. He's been going on about this for weeks. Well, you knew about this. Why are you just arriving now? No, I know you're busy. You've been busy. Life is busy, but it's lovely to have you here with us. If you've been here for Wake Up Call this morning and for the first hour of launch day, you'll know what all the buzz is about. If you've not been here, let's just get it out there. This has been the biggest launch of the year so far. And I know we're only 15 days in, but we've had some big launches. You guys have loved this. I think it's struck a chord with so many people. And so many kind of crafters at different skill levels, particularly those of you perhaps who have been looking for a way to, take your card making to that next level. I know we bring you a lot of inspiration here on the shows, and you've got the videos to follow and shows that you can come back and watch, but isn't it nice to actually have a collection like this where you can go to the box, everything is in there that you need, all of your stamps, all of your dies, all of your papers, everything that you need is in there, but then you've got all of your recipe cards as well. And this is the chat, isn't it? A lot of people always saying, I find it really hard to kind of, put my cards together, to kind of build up all of those different layers, to kind of know where to place things, to make my cards look as good as the cards that you guys make on Crafters TV. Here it is. Here's the rub. This is it. You've got it right here. 30 recipe cards within this collection, which you're going to store in your folder with all of the goodies from the box to allow you to start making all of these beautiful cards really, really simply indeed. And like I said, you know what? If you are a beginner, I truly believe that you'll be going through each of the 30 projects in here, and you'll be doing them step by step, by step, by step, by step, by step. Right, you'll be going through, you'll be using the papers that's suggested, you'll be using the die cuts and the stamps that are suggested, and you'll be doing it exactly as it is there on the cards, and you'll have 30 projects to be playing with, and that's going to get your confidence up, that's going to get your crafty mojo going, and before you know it, you'll be applying these to kind of different card sizes, you'll be applying these with different papers that you might have, different collections that you might have, different stamps that you might have, and if you are someone perhaps who's a little bit further along that crafty journey, you'll be getting this because, again, the value for money is just absolutely incredible. And like we've already seen in the comments, you'll be thinking of different ways to kind of take the layout of, say, this one and popping it onto a completely different card shape. You'll be looking at these and thinking of them as great ways to decorate your boxes or decorate your gift bags, or expanding these and making these bigger for things like your scrapbook pages. There's so many reasons to buy this layout collection. And as Craig was talking about earlier on, and as we've chatted about, this is like the card making version of the Academy of Colour, because you'll get all the inspiration on this next hour with Craig, the previous hour that we've done, Wake Up Call, but also worth bearing in mind there's a QR code that you can scan within the box, which brings you even more inspiration and even more tuition. I won't flick through all of these, but you get the idea, and Craig will, I no doubt, in the next hour, show you again more of the finished samples. But this is a real leveler, isn't it? It's a real game changer, again, for people who are quite new to crafting, and they're thinking, well, I could never make a card that Craig makes on Crafters TV because he's been doing it for years, he's an expert. Well, you can if you get this box, can't you?
You just said an absolute key word there. It's a leveler. It absolutely is. So it doesn't matter whether you're picking up, you've treated yourself, you've gone for a Gemini, you've maybe already got a die cut machine, but you're going for the layout collection, or you've got me that's been crafting for a long time now. Very, very, very long
years.
Time. Well, about just over 30 years.
Oh, close.
So whether I start with number one and you start with number one, we're going to get the same result.
Yeah.
And it's an absolute leveler, and that's the key thing with it. It's the leveler. But it's following, and I can't reiterate this enough. We're going to do this one in a moment, Ben. But out of everything that you are paying for, this being the sketch, this is the leveler. This is what makes you just like many, many of us that have been crafting for many years. And if you have been crafting for many years, you lose your mojo, you just want to do a little bit of a different style, then you've got the 30 of them here. This one, Ben, when we come back to me just shortly, that's going to be transformed.
Oh, I love that.
Into a 12 by 12 scrapbook page.
So show the so do it again. Oh, okay.
So initially,
Yeah.
it starts with the strip down the side.
Gotcha.
But then what we're going to do is we're going to titivate it ever so slightly with the layout. So we're
That's
going to
one
go
of
from
Debbie's
8 by
favourite
8. So I'm using the same dies and I'm using the same kind of concept when it comes to the layout. We're just mixing it up ever so slightly.
Love that.
And then that's what we're going to do. So if you are desperate for more sketches, more layout ideas for scrapbook pages, even if it says it's a 4x4 card blank or a 4x4 card front, yes, you can do it into a box, you can do it into a memory book, but then you can scale it up to 12x12 by adding your own measurements, but following the sketches every single time.
That's what I'm talking about. This is the excitement here. If you want to go for the Showstopper, again, just to reiterate, because I know a few of you have just joined us, you get the layout collection and everything that entails, but you then get some extras. All right, so the extras are your Wild at Heart collection. Oh, say collection, that would be a good extra, wouldn't it? You get the Wild at Heart 12x12 pad. Don't get too excited. Ben said I got the full collection. No, you get the 12x12 pad. I already got the pad, I didn't get the full collection. It's 37, can you imagine? Can you imagine? It's 37 sheets that you're getting in here because that final sheet has got all of your different sentiments on, but you know this pad, you've seen it time and time and time again. It is beautiful, it's such a gorgeous pad. You're getting this included, okay? So there's 36 double-sided sheets. On top of that, you are going to get your glue tape pen. So that's one of the original tape pens right there. And then you've also got a set of our beautiful link cardstock from the Fabulous Future collection, 25 sheets. If you were to go for that lot individually, you'd be paying an extra £33 or $46. You're actually paying £15 or $20 on top of the Showstopper. The other way to look at it is basically you're getting the tape pen and a 12x12 Wild at Heart paper pad for free. If you don't want to go for the Showstopper at $75.99 or $95.99, you can go the way that a lot of people have gone. The Showstopper, I think we're over a third of the stock gone now. The layout collection is very busy. Can I just tell you as well, we had a lot more stock of this, as you will understand, and a third of this has gone already. I mean, hundreds of people are buying this today. People up early this morning. As I said earlier on, Craig, producer Johnny and I were exchanging messages at 8 o'clock this morning. We were going, have you seen how many have got it? Have you seen how many people are shopping? People were up early for this collection. So you can understand why a third of the main stock has gone. That represents a huge proportion of people who are wanting to master their card making, who are wanting to take their card making to the next level and master the look of their projects and get that layout absolutely nailed on. £63.99 platinum, $79.99 if you're in the US and you're platinum. Keep the questions coming in the final sort of 50 minutes of the show. Anything you want to ask Craig, anything you're not sure of, anything you want to see again, let us know and we can show you over the course of the next 53 minutes. But in the meantime, I'm looking forward to this next project. This is kind of upscaling, right?
This is it, yes. So what I'm going to do within this one, I'm using the collection, but when it comes to the dies and the sizes, of course, it's going to be my own size. But what we will be doing is we'll be following the sketch to create the layout. So what I mean by that, this is number that you can see here, number 4. So this is the layout that you can follow along when it comes to number 4. You've got the sketch and you've got the step-by-step. So I'm still going to kind of follow the step-by-steps, but just changing it up slightly as we start to show you. So what we've done within this one here is where it says, you know, you're going to layer 6.5 by 7 3/4 panel of cardstock. What I'm doing is I'm just creating my own size here. So I'm going in with my 11.5 by 11.5, and I've used our ombre cardstock.
I recognise that card.
I have
Gorgeous,
indeed.
isn't it? Gorgeous.
That works really, really well with the pictures. And what I've also done is I'm using a piece of our 12x12 black cardstock, and this one has been cut to 11 3/4 by 11 3/4, and then I've got a piece of 12x12 white cardstock that's then going to be positioned onto, and then that's going to be the basis for us to start. So if I come on to this one here, and we're going to go into position, we're going to press that into place. What we're then going to do is I've taken a strip of pattern paper. So for this one, I've cut it to 2.5 by 11 3/4. So I'm doing exactly what the recipe card is saying, Ben. The only thing is, I've just chosen my own size.
Okay.
So I'm still following along. And what I've gone is I've gone with that torn edge. Now, you can see it's too long, but it doesn't matter, because all that we're going to do is we're going to secure it using our MIDI. we're going to cut that so far, and then once we come back, what we're going to do is we're then just going to lift that up. I'm going to turn that around, and then what I'm also then going to do is I'm going to bring that one down. Remember, your folder has got a little notch at the top that it can go through. So if I take that off here, and then I'm just going to line that up. So where it's finished, I'm then just going to line that up there. I'm going to tape that down. So just because the die is 8" does not mean that you can't do it on longer piece of carding paper.
Great demonstration, that.
So run that one then through. So then we can then take that out, move that out, take that away. So carefully peel that away, prise that away, and then what we've done here, again, nothing different. The only difference is the size. I'm still following along with exactly what our layout recipe card says. So for this one, we're going to add our tape on here. So we're going to add our tape all the way around. If I bring back in my layer here, so I'm going to do, so my original one that I'll show you just shortly, I've done it slightly different because I put the strip along the bottom. But for this one, I want to do it as close to the recipe card as possible to show you how you can then upscale the size. So I'm going to go into the right-hand side, like it says there. And then for our step number 3, it tells us about die cutting the circles. And it also shows us and tells us to then run them through our embossing folder. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use photos instead, but I'm still going to follow the layout. So for that one, what we can then do is I've got this photo of Sarah. Now, I've already die cut that picture of Sarah with our large circle that you get included. Then what I'm going to do is with that large circle scallop, we're going to then run that one through, and then that's going to be our layer. So I've got them all cut, so I'm not going to do them all because they're wafer thin dies. So with your MIDI, it's either the folder, or of course when it comes to your G2 or your OG Gemini, you're just going to then go in with your plate configuration. So then that's one of them. What we can then take is let's take our gorgeous friend here, Debbie. So with Debbie, I've also already used the largest square to cut her picture out. And then I'm going to go in with the square scallop, run that through again, and then that gives me that layer. So that can sit there. Then what we can do is let's take our picture of Leanne. Now Leanne, because we've got all of these matte and layer dies, I've gone a little bit smaller than I did do with Sarah. So if I go in with my next one, we can see I've die cut her, so it was even one smaller. What we've done is we've die cut her out. Remember as well at home, you're going to have all of these in your binder. You're going to pop them all in your binder because it's going to be easier for you to go to. For live show, it makes it easier for me to have it all lined out. But then with your next circle up, we've die cut in white cardstock, and then there's my matte and layer for Leanne. And then what I did do is just on our website, I just printed out, it was actually from our booklet, 18th birthday. Now that square has also been cut from our squares included. And then when it comes to that scallop, what I've already done is die cut that one out as well. So I'm not having to go looking, I'm not having to go chasing, all of these are there. I'm using what's already there and what it tells me within the recipe guide. So then that is my next layer that we've got here. So then all we need to do is start to assemble this. So if I bring in my tape runner and if I just start to assemble all these layers together, and they can then pop into place. So every single one of these 30 recipe cards now, Ben, are going to be a great way to show you how you can then take all of, where is my additional tape runners? Here we go. You can take all 30 of these now become your scrapbook page as well. So you're going to be able to do that every step of the way, which is just absolutely fantastic. So let me just change that over, bring that in here. Or instead of using it as a way to create your card layout, maybe you love to do your memory books,
Yeah.
and start to use it as a memory book layout. So card making, memory books, scrapbook pages, could be home decor frames. You're going to be able to go in so many different avenues with this whole collection. So let's add our tape onto that one. And then we're going to bring Sarah into there. And then last but by no means least, let's go in with Debbie. And let's add the layers on there. Matte and layer Debbie into position, like so. And then if I bring back in my recipe card that we can just see here. So if I go just like that, what I'm then going to do is I'm going to add in my own strip here. So yes, it's not in there, but I'm just adding my own little creative take to it. So
and that's the point again, isn't it? As you've kind of upsized and showed us different ways of doing this. Yeah, yes, if you say you're going from like I don't know, like a 5x5 to a 6x6, you can incrementally go up with your mats and layers and your sizes, but you can also just see the design and eye it, can't you? Because Desert Dweller's just saying, I'm here in the States and I like to make 5.5 by 4.25 size cards. Could these layouts be used for that as well? Absolutely, they could, couldn't they?
Of course they could,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just adapt the sizes.
Yeah.
Adapt the sizes and then they can go in any way that you want. I'm going to go just into here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of the way it says within the layout. So if I do that large circle there, do Debbie there. So what I mean by large circle is that one there.
Yeah.
Then our square, which is the next one. And then we've got our last circle, which happens to be Leanne down there. I've got my strip, which is here. And then what I've also got is my sentiment, which is going to go into there. So if by me doing that, Ben, what I've then done, so I've maybe move that over a little bit more, bring that in. There is me followed that same layout when it comes to the 8x8, but then I've just transitioned it on to 12x12. But what I want to show you then is you can put your own creative spin on it. So if I move that one back into position where it was, and then Sarah, I'm then going to just pop there. Leanne, I'm going to pop there, and then let's pop that one underneath into there. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to build these with my foam pads, and I've just taken some balloon dies from my own balloon sentiment die set, and then I'm just going to add them to finish.
Loads of people loving this. Mary Pat is saying, I do love how Craig is demonstrating how to upscale the size of those for us who are avid scrapbookers. Thank you, bunches. Jen says, I got the Showstopper, I'm so excited. Love the scrapbooking page, says Pat. I love doing scrapbooking. I think a lot of our US friends are big on the scrapbooking, so this is great for you, and it shows you again how useful this collection is. Margaret says, Happy New Year all. This is brilliant. I've ordered mine at 9:30 this morning. I cannot wait. Now I'm ready for Sarah tomorrow. Do you know what, Hannah? I might make one for you in the break to demonstrate how it's a leveller. You and Craig should swap places, and Ben should demonstrate. I've got my eye on number 9, the Hello Sunshine. If I get opportunity in the break, I'll do a little video and pop that together.
Good idea.
I love that one.
Ah, you like that? That's
Super
a good
cute.
one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
So I might have a go at that.
Good idea.
In the break.
Really good idea.
But it is, honestly, just looking through here and you look at all of the different makes, if you follow it letter by letter, picture by picture, you just can't go too far wrong, can you, really?
You really can't. You really, really can't. So there's, I showed you how, follow the recipe card, and I followed the same layout, but then done it on 12x12, followed that same way, step by step, but then what I've showed you then, what you can then do is adapt it, just change it, move it about, maybe to the left, maybe to the right, maybe go in a different configuration. It's entirely up to yourself, but it just goes to show, even although within the recipe cards it may be a specific size card blank, you can then adapt it, add your own sized mats and layers, and then you can go from 4x4, I think the smallest one's 4x4, make it in at 5x5, 6x6, 7x7, all the way up to 12x12, just by changing that layout by following the sketch that's on each of the recipe cards.
Sarah Lozana says, we need a picture of you, Craig, plus one of Ben on there as well. That would have made that even more of a brilliant demonstration, wouldn't it, if our two cheeky faces were on there? But,
I don't think it could have got any better with Sarah, Leanne and Debbie.
No?
No. I think we would have spoiled it.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's not what Sarah thinks. Thank you, Sarah, I'll take that. But maybe don't put him on it, just add me, and it would have been not. There's still room for you, Craig, and Ben on that size. Michelle and Jan too, says Stephanie. There were more people on there. I mean, The three best ones, though. Yeah, the three best ones. Desert Dweller says, thank you for answering my question. Look at the recipes, and I'm overwhelmed on where to begin on downsizing. Don't be overwhelmed with this. Just have a bit of fun. Pick one. See the sketch. That's the most important thing that I think Craig has been talking about. And then use that to do your downsizing, or, as we've just seen there, upsizing to an amazing scrapbook page. 30 recipe cards, 48 dies, 20 stamps, embossing folders, papers, card, ribbon, gems, and a partridge in a pear tree. £63.99. Unbelievable value. $79.99 is your platinum price on this. We are going to take a short break, give you the opportunity to get those baskets checked out. I guess it will be the final questions as well. Get those in, because by the time we come back, we're going to have just over half an hour left. Anything that you want to see, anything you want to ask, do get in touch, but get to the checkouts. We're very busy, and we'll come back with more in just a moment.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. Well, we might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses, so I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Chautauqua Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Bay, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinho, Avon, Freeport, Mapleton, San Jose, Annenberg, Great Bend, Detroit, Keniston. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheets of Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwood, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Temple Hills and Bentley, Tampa, Pillar, Tucumcari, Cary, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Ellsmere, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Medford, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Fintana. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Rhinewood, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic, St. Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Ramble City. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Sawbrook, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hurtville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Glover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We prepped in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We prepped in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Mandenholm, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Sawston, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks to Rizu, who says this is going to work great with my floral alphabet dies. Lots of people appreciating the scrapbook page that we just saw with Craig as well. Just to reiterate, everything that you're going to get in this set, you get tons. Okay, loads and loads to be crafting with. All of your stamps, right? So those are your image stamps that you're going to be working with, and just perfect for all sorts of different occasions, from your bouquets of flowers to your champagne glasses. I love that little birdhouse there, absolutely beautiful. And as Craig was chatting about earlier on, really good point as well. It's kind of almost like, you know, using the skills that you learned in the Academy of Colour to then be able to colour in all of the beautiful stamps that you're going to be getting within this collection. But you can see, if we show you them in sort of real form there, you've got stamps for all sorts of different occasions. All of your sentiment stamps in there as well. And again, as you just look through those, you will see lots of different sentiments for lots of different occasions. So again, you kind of covered as far as those projects are concerned. 2D embossing folders you're going to be getting in here as well. Loads of beautiful folders. So you've got your 6x4, you've got a 5x5 and a 5x7 in there too, which, you know, you'll be using as a whole, and then, as you've seen Craig already doing a few of his demos today, using these to create embosses on smaller individual pieces of cardstock. And I think it's a great reminder, certainly, you know, for me as well, when you see embossing folder, you think, oh, I've got to put the card which fits that embossing folder in there and use it. You never really think that much, do you, about just using like portions of the embossing folder to create with, but that's what you'll be doing with this. Then you're going to get all of your dies as well. So you've got all of those decorative border dies, lots of different designs in there. Love that torn edge one. Big fan of the sort of the wave one that you've got in there too. And then all of your different nesting dies. So you've got these beautiful decorative nesting frames. You've got different sort of styles of tags in there. Really love the banner dies in there too. And again, you don't have to search elsewhere. All of these feature within your recipe cards. So if it says, you know, take one of your nesting tag dies, you'll find the correct one to be using from this collection. You've got all of your nesting circle dies in here as well, with beautiful scalloped edges. Loads of different sizes for you as well. So you can see from kind of quite small circles to much bigger circles for your projects. We've got all of your ovals in there too, plus same with your squares. You've got your smaller squares with a beautiful scalloped edge die, and then you've got that all again in those slightly bigger squares. But then there's tons more to go with that too, because we're going to give you all of your decorative embellishments. So you've got cute little flowers in there, you've got your triangles, you've got your stars, more hearts in there too. You've then got all of your beautiful ribbon. So you've got 3 different sizes of ribbon there, 3 colours, 9 meters in total. That's all included. Perfect colour palette to work alongside the 100 gems that you're going to be getting to. And then on top of all of that, you're going to get all of your linen cardstock and your printed papers too. You're getting, as far as the linen's concerned, 6 colours, 4 of each, double-sided, so it's 24 sheets, 250 GSM, all of those beautiful colours in there, which, not coincidentally, match up beautifully with your printed papers. These are single-sided, 12 designs, 2 of each, but all of those beautiful florals that you're getting here and all those fabulous colours match up perfectly with the linen cardstock that you're going to be getting within this collection. So that's all done for you. This is why I'm saying it's like a one-box wonder, because everything is in there. And then as far as the creative process is concerned, you've got all of your hardware, you've got all of your consumables, then you've got all of your recipes as well. All of the recipe guides in here to be able to make 30 cards. I'll just start a little bit later on this time, because I showed you some of the the sort of early ones in the recipe cards earlier on this afternoon, but you've got time for tea. So again, showing you how to create this beautiful card. There's that sketch again. So that's what you're going to be able to kind of work from if you are thinking about upscaling or downscaling your cards. But if you just want to copy it verbatim, copy the pictures as per, copy the sizes as per, it is all there for you. All the papers you need, all of the cards that you need, all of the stamps and sentiments, it's all in the box for you. And there's tons to be working with. Honestly, think about getting this as an investment again. You know, you think of the Academy of Colour as an investment within your crafting. This is an investment for you as well. 30 different styles of layout you're going to be working with. Don't forget, you're going to get your binder with this too, so you can clip all of your recipe cards in there. You've got your storage as far as your stamps and your magnetic sheets are concerned for your dies. So it is a brilliant system. It's a brilliant investment. Get it whilst you can. It is just £63.99 platinum, $79.99 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. And don't forget, if you're new to us, if you haven't yet shopped with us, sign up to Club Inspire, and for your first purchase, once you're in the club, you will get 20% off your first order, which is that price that you're seeing on screen. Half an hour left. Chances are you'll be seeing this again later on in Monday Makers. So again, if there's anything particular that you want to see, fire away and we'll do our very best to show that for you. But what are we going to squeeze in the last half hour, Mr. Craig?
Well, in that break, was there not a question that came through? About downsizing.
Oh, yes. Well, good job. You're on the ball. You're on the ball.
I did say to Ben, what we'll do is we'll do it in Monday Makers. Let's do it now.
Oh, hello. He's changed his mind now.
So,
that's why I didn't ask it. I was saving it for Monday Makers.
What we've got here...
Kendall who asked.
Kendall. Thank you, Kendall. Really good question. So I've upscaled to scrapbook page. So let's downsize. So this is the one that I was going to be doing, number 29. So I've got all my layers, all my components cut and ready to go. So therefore, let's adapt it and let's downscale it. So let's say 4x6. Let's go down to 4x6. So we're still going to be following the layout concept. It's just the size is going to change. So we're going to create our own size. So therefore, let's bring in, I've got my card blank. So it's 5x7, Ben. So let's cut that down to 4x6. Okay. So let's cut that down. So the measurements for your layers, these are the ones that you're going to create yourself, and then we're going to come along, and then of course we will then follow the recipe card with all of the additional layers. So for the next one, what we're going to do, the first layer it tells us, we're going to then pop, of course, our yellow colour cardstock. That's if you're using yellow, use whatever colour card you want, but it tells me how to put it onto 5x7. Of course, ours is now 4x6. So therefore, I'm going to come down to 5 3/4 by
3 3/4.
3 3/4.
See, even this guy's getting it.
There you go. So then that's now going on to our 4x6 instead of 5x7. It then tells me I need to then come along and mat and layer a piece of white card onto black card, but the measurements are already there. So we're going to adapt it, of course. So for this one, we're going to come down to 5.5 inches. And then we're going to go 3.5 inches. Then at this point, what we're going to do with the black layer, we're going to give ourselves a tiny little mat and layer. So therefore, I just want a little slither, Ben. So I'm going to come just over 5.5 by just over 3.5. So if I put that onto there, that will then sit onto there, which is step number 2. So we've done 1 and 2. The only difference is we've changed the measurements, but still following along with that sketch. Then we're going to bring in a piece of pattern paper here. Now, actually, before we go on to that, that white layer, what we need to do is we need to emboss it. So let's bring it back in, and we're going to be using our butterfly embossing folder that you get included. You could choose whichever folder that you want from any collection that you want. So let's bring it in, into position. With it being kind of a kaleidoscope of butterflies, you don't need to be straight. You can just go in at an angle, and then we're going to run it through. So I'm going to pop that onto our plastic shim because we're using our MIDI. So 2D folder, you need your plastic shim. But what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to add in my metal shim just to give it that little bit extra emboss. So you can see that going through. So as you see it going through close up, you can see, so if we can go close up, just to see Sam, if we could go close up in front, So we can see it just as it's coming through. There we go. So just as that's coming through there, what we're then going to do is bring that in. Now, at this point, you could do some letterpress technique. You can ink around the edges if you want to. You could go in with your Stay Sticky glue pen and add your gilding flakes. So you're starting off with that basis of the layers, and then that is now kept it nice and white. Look at that. Awesome. Thank you,
Beautiful.
Sam. Look at that. Really showcases the white cardstock. So as we can start to build that along just shortly, set that there. If we bring in a recipe card, now it tells us we would need a strip of card that's 7 inches by half an inch. Now we're going to adapt that, of course, because we've now gone smaller. So if I bring in my guillotine, my white layer, if I remember, was 5.5 by 3.5. So we're going to come all the way up to 5.5. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to make that a little bit thinner, because I don't want that to be the full thickness, otherwise it's going to cover a lot of that embossed detail. So if we start to put that one into the middle, like so, if I bring that in at the side, so we're now on to step 3.
It's the
You
layout
better
police.
hurry.
Don't worry, they're not coming for you though, because your layouts are perfect.
Oh, that's fine. No, they're coming for you to make sure that you get this in your basket and check it
Yeah, they
out.
are.
Be quick. Now with our
These
white
prices are
strip,
criminal.
they're really, I mean,
It is really,
look
isn't
at your
it?
saving, a launch day saving of over £100,
Yeah.
over $130.
Come on.
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Now we are going to attach this and stick this all together with the glue, but what I'm wanting to do is I'm just wanting to show you how you're starting to build it. So
Yeah.
I'm changing the measurements, I've shrunk it down, but I'm still following along with each individual step. Now we're going to go in with this one. Now if I stick with my original plan here, Ben, which would look like this, it's going to be a little bit too overpowering. So if I take that out, I'm going to keep that, I'm going to come in with a blank one, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a smaller image. So let's go in with a present. Go in with a little present here. So take that one out, and then if I bring in my stamping platform, add that on. Now I'm not going to do any colouring on this one, but if you were to do colouring with your alcohol pens, just going to go in with my alcohol proof.
Yeah.
So we're now going to stamp that in, move that out the way, then we can come in with our nesting dies, because of course, as I said, that would be far too big, so we want to make that smaller. So let's have a look and see, let's go, there we go. So let's use the biggest circle from the smallest set, that can go in that one, and then we'll use our scallop to go into, or let's ignore the scallop, let's just have a, yeah. So you don't have to use them in the order that you've got. Start to mix and match because they're all going to work well together. So let's pop that into place here. So I really, really hope that you can see that by having that option for you to just change the measurements in whichever way that you want, you can adapt it, bigger, smaller, it could be wider, you know, it could be elongated if you want. The premise, every single time, we're following that recipe card. We're following that sketch to then create the same result at the end. The only difference is it's a different size. But we've gone horizontal, we might want to go portrait. So if we take that one out, move it to the side, we're now going to go from what would have been overpowering. So this is the way it would have been once we start to line it all up with our tape. So it would be overpowering to now bringing in our smaller one, which is a lot better.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot better within that positioning. So before we finish with our, let's do our sentiment to start with. Once again, this was my sentiment that we can see on step number 6, but because of the size of it, it's still a little bit too big. So we're going to shrink it down. So we're now going to go in, and I'm not wasting any of these. What I'm going to do is stamp into that and then take my smaller banner and cut it out. So let's go in with, let's do, let's do, I know it's a present, but let's do thank you, because it could be, you know, a little thank you for the present that you gave. There you go. Or you might want to give it to me for the MIDI that you've still got.
What MIDI?
And then pop that one
MIDI?
into there. So we've got thank you. And then once again, what we're going to do,
is anyone else?
we're going to make that smaller. So let's bring in our banner dies.
He lost his mind.
And then take that one and pop that into there. Then, once we secured that, what we're going to do, sit that in, bring in our MIDI, bring back in our folder. So this demo I had prepped ready was on 5x7, and I was going to do this exactly as the recipe cards. But when that question come through, who was that question again?
Kendall.
Kendall. Thought, let's do it. Because my plan was rejig the layers and do it Monday Makers, but I thought, no, let's not. Let's do it in front of your eyes. So that can then go into there, just like that end one. So all that I need to do now is let's bring in these little floral flourishes, because remember, you've got all of these dies included. So I've just die cut that one twice. So let's assemble this together. So let's move all that out the way. I'm going to keep this flat because we've got a lot of layers, but if you want to add any with your glue gel or your foam pads, you can do. So let's add that, hold that in, position that into place. We're going to add our tape all the way around into this one. And also, what you can then do is, yes, I've gone in with 4x6, but that could have been even smaller if you want, Ben, and you could then die cut, tag die, and then emboss that instead. Or you could do the oval, start to mix and match and play with all of the components that you've got included here. There we go. Let's take, that's a dotty one. Let me bring in, let me just grab, here we go, Ben. Go back in with our original one now, because we've got them at the side. Add that into here. Making it smaller into 4x6. Going to go in with our pattern paper strip into the middle here. Or, you know, you're going to chop it down, but then you can go at the side if you want to. I'm purposely keeping it as the recipe card because the point of this is to show you how you can make it smaller. So the last demo I've showed you how to make it bigger into 12x12 scrapbook. This time I'm showing you how you can make it smaller. So that can go into there where you're going to colour it, of course. What I'm actually going to do is, where is my, I'm just going to go that little bit small. It's just got a little bit too big of a matten layer all the way round. So therefore you're in full control. So if we want to make it smaller, we can do, because we've got all of these dies, which they're all going to work together. So although your circles, you've got your larger and your smaller ones, and they're on two separate sheets, they're still going to work well together. Let's move that out the way, and that one out the way. That one we're going to go, there we go, that's better.
Perfect, yeah.
Much better. Take our foam pads, we're going to add that on.
Kendall says thank you, by the way.
You are very, very welcome. So if I bring in, that's the finished card, and then also that's the recipe card. So that one can go there. This one we're going to add with our pads. I'm
going to make one in the break. I'm definitely going to do it.
You should do.
I'm going to do number 9, Hello Sunshine. I got my eye on that. Just to show you that he's 11. And I'll film a little video and I'll stick it up on my Facebook page. Don't you watch over my shoulder though, because
I promise no, I won't.
You put me under pressure. Can I borrow your little phone stand over there?
Of course you can. Yeah, of course you can.
Thanks.
Phone stand? What do you mean? I don't know anything about a phone stand at the side of me here.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'll borrow the studio phone stand. Yeah.
No, Johnny, I'm not doing that, but I have thought about it. What I am actually doing, and you'll see it later on.
Live? No. Yeah, we should go live with these shows, shouldn't we, really?
I'm time-lapsing the whole of launch day show on the phone.
Well, so that means you'll just speed it up and it'll just
speed it up. So you'll see the full launch day in my
Yeah.
direction,
Right.
but over, I don't know, a couple of minutes instead of 2 hours.
What, so it'll just be you like,
Yeah. Yeah.
wow, okay.
So there we go, Ben. There is our number
You haven't done anything you
29.
shouldn't have been doing in the breaks, have you? Because that'll all be on there as well.
What was that?
You haven't been doing anything you shouldn't have been doing in the breaks,
That's what
have
I'm
you?
beginning to wonder now, yeah. Yeah, maybe a little itch here and there. I don't know. I'll soon find out.
Yeah, you will.
I'll proof watch it.
Yeah.
But there we go. Number 29. That's how it looks. That's exactly what I was going to be doing. But because Kendall asked to make it smaller, I've done it exactly the same way, following the step-by-steps. I've just changed the measurements and the dies, but we've got that same result, but on a smaller scale.
Fan, blooming, tastic. So we've done it, letter by letter, picture by picture, as you would see on the recipe card. Then he's gone upscaled, and then he's gone downscaled, showing you, all, well, not all of the possibilities, but the possibilities of being able to take what you've got and do it as you see, the possibilities of taking what you've got and making it bigger for a scrapbook, taking what you've got, making it smaller for a smaller size card, even using it on like a different size card altogether. Once you've seen that sketch, once you've seen that idea, and once you've got the hang of this, which you'll get very quickly, I'm sure, you will be making the most amazing layouts on all of your projects. And that's when even more of the joy will come with this, because you'll then be bringing in more of your stamps, you'll be bringing in others of your dies, you'll be bringing in other papers and other cardstock, and just creating so many different projects for all sorts of occasions. This is just the starting point. This is just the beginning of that journey, and I think people are beginning to see that now as well. Jay Pressy says, I actually got this collection back in October, and it is fantastic. Olga, and this is another great point, Olga. I saw this before the start of the last demo. You say, I find it hard to make duplicates, so I'm thinking this collection might help me batch make. Absolutely, it will.
It really will. I know most people, most of our viewers, most of our followers don't make to sell. But if you do, or you're thinking about it, maybe you don't want to because the time that it takes, this is then going to be your entry into batch making and then selling. What a great idea.
Thank you, Craig, says Kendall. June says the possibilities are endless, almost endless. Absolutely. Jean F says, I think that read it, Ben. I like that all are in one place with the recipe cards, and I've loved Craig's demos too. And that again is the point, that it's everything in one box, ready to go. Desert Dweller, thank you so much for the demo on downsizing. Never would I have thought of using a smaller stamp. Craig, you are the best. I'll be checking out my basket. I like the gift, not coloured, still looks great, says Beth. Obviously, you know, you can go ahead and colour that should you wish. Stephanie says, fabulous. And Caroline says, I would be careful lending out stuff, Craig. Look at what happened last time you loaned something out to Ben. I don't know quite what you mean there. What are you hinting at? That what?
I'm
Right
doing
there?
a Dean now.
What?
Doing a Dean, that's what Dean does.
Oh, he does actually, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, our Dean, producer
Yeah.
Dean. And he does his Eddie Murphy laugh as well, which I love. I can't do the impression of it. You have to get him in. We'll make him laugh. Make him laugh and he does it. The Eddie Murphy laugh.
He's on tonight.
Eddie Murphy?
No, sorry, Dean.
That'd be amazing. Eddie Murphy producing this evening. He's in to promote the new Beverly Hills Cop movie. Right, Monday Makers is coming tonight with Eddie Murphy, or not, as the case may be. One thing that definitely will happen, you'll tune in tonight to find out, won't you, eh? One thing that will definitely happen tonight is that we will bring you this sentiment goodie bag. Good news is, I think it's one of the best goodie bags we've done in a long time. Bad news is we don't have a lot of stock left. That's what I'm going to tell you. We have just a small amount of stock of this. It should be £87.88, should be $120. Look at your price, £16 or $24 if you're a Platinum member. That is a huge saving. Even if you're buying at the regular price, I mean, don't do that. Join the club. But it's £67.88 or $90.72 is what you're saving. Your value, I will tell you, is here. So you pay for this set here, 36 stamps and dies you're getting in this set. This is the one actually that we launched with our pop-up confetti cubes, which you may remember from, I think when I started actually about 3 years ago, but it's still a really handy set that you've got loads of stamps, loads of dies for all sorts of different occasions within there. Then you're also going to get, and you're paying for, well, it doesn't actually matter if it's one of these, you're going to pay for one of the chalkboard stamps, okay? So in this case, laughter is the best medicine. Those 2 items you pay for. Everything else I'm about to show you is free. And this is a never-ending, I mean, it's not never-ending, but it's almost never-ending, a never-ending bag. You've got your shadow sentiment dies in there, so you are a true friend. 4 stamps and dies in there you're getting for free. We're going to give you for free also another one of our chalkboard stamps, which is do more of what makes you happy. Then you're going to get another chalkboard stamp. So this is the greatest thing you can be is yourself. That's free. Also for free, one of our fantastic sentiment dies from the Say It With Flowers collection. You get that beautiful, intricate, detailed sentiment, and then that outer die as well to create your mats and layers. Then you've got, from the same collection, the Happy Birthday. You're thinking there can't be any more. Well, there is, because we're also throwing in from our little mini die collection, just for you. You have got the Plant Parent set, which is 3 fantastic, cute dies. You've got a very handy Best Wishes sentiment, also from that collection. We're also throwing in the Fairy. And, as I mentioned, moving home sooner than he thought. Producer Johnny would love this one on the card, the new home. All of that you're getting for free within that goodie bag. Earlier on he was like, oh yeah, probably moving end of March, something like that. Beginning of February now, so he's got a bit of a panic on, I'll have to make that card a little bit quicker for Johnny. But listen, if you want to get the goodie bag, £16, $24, incredible value for money. That is going to disappear with less than 50 of those remaining now. So if it gets to Monday makers, make sure you snap it up super duper quickly. Fabulous cards, Craig, says Stephanie. Bear says, I like the gift not coloured, still looks great. And Linda Armstead says, nice, Craig. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes left on the show. Let's have a look. Craig's got some finished samples over there because I think it's been great to kind of see how you can create with these, look through the recipe cards, but nice to have a look potentially, Craig, at some of the finished samples of the projects you can make.
Definitely, absolutely, yeah. Now remember, everything, so your recipe cards, your stamps, your dies, they're all going to be contained within our folder as well. So we've got our lever arch folder. So with these ones here, it's all there, it's easy accessibility, you go straight to it, the cards are there, the projects are there, the dies are there, the stamps are there, the inspiration is there for you to then just take out the card that you want, take out the stamp and the dies that you need, and then you can get started. Now you could get started straight away by following exactly what's on each of the recipe cards. So for instance, you've got number 1 there, so you can start to create that layout exactly as the sketch says. Now, if you're going to change your cardstock, if you're going to change your folder, you're going to change the stamp to whatever collection that you want, what you're still going to do is you're going to follow the sketch. That black and white sketch here, that is then showing you the layout positioning of your actual card. I've shown you between wake up call and then of course within launch day how you can make it bigger or how you can make it smaller, but you've got your step-by-steps on each side. So you've got the pictures and you've got the written as well. So every single card and project is going to enable you to do all these incredible cards. So if you're batch making, then absolutely perfect. But then if you're wanting to then maybe do them on the top of boxes, that's great. You can take the ideas and the inspiration. I mean, there's that one that we've done, but then we transferred that through when it comes to the layout into your large 12 by 12. Following along when it comes to the actual recipe cards and the steps. But every one of them, bringing in the stamps, you can go, portrait, you can go landscape if you want to, you can change the different dies if you want to. It's entirely up to yourself. So that to there, then that is just one of many, many, many ways. At least changing the layout, changing the colours, you're going to have hundreds of different ways in which you can create the cards here. So as a beginner, this is absolutely perfect because, of course, you follow along. You've got the dies, you've got the cards, you've got the stabs, you've got the tuition there as well. So keep following along exactly that's been done on the recipe cards. Or, of course, if you go in on the back of the card that's in that box, you've got the QR code to zap, and you've got 2 hours of tuition from myself as well. Yeah. But then what you can then start to do is bring in your embossing powders. You can start to do the letterpress technique. Now, please don't think you have to do that. If you're relatively new or you're only wanting to use this layout collection as a way to kind of upscale your layout, then do that. Just use it in the way that the recipe card says. But then you've got that ability to build the confidence on changing the layout, changing the configuration, changing the colour. But every single step of the way, what you're going to be doing is following that sketch on the recipe card on every single one. You've got the picture, you've also then got the 6 steps and the 6 written as well, pictures in there as well. All of that's going to be combined when it comes to the recipe cards. But the value that you've got, and I said it earlier on Wake Up Call, I'm going to say it again, yes, the value is exceptional. All the dies in the folders that you've probably got the dies in some form, maybe you've got some butterfly and floral folders, but I know many of you love to create exactly what's in the collections that we bring out. We're giving you everything. You don't have to go hunting for a star. You don't have to go hunting for the mats and layers, the tags, the circles, the folders, anything like that. It's all there in the box, then transfer it into the binder for you to come out time and time again and create the cards and the projects that we've got. When you say at home, wish I could make cards like you guys do on Crafters TV, you can do now because you've got the sketch and the layout from the layout collection.
Absolutely, and as we said, that word earlier on, which I think is important, is a leveller. A real leveller is this collection. You know what, because if you've never made a card before, you've got the ability to follow the pictures, follow the words, and create the most amazing layouts. Just to mention as well, if you want to go for the full collection, again, we can verbalise everything that you're going to get as far as the layout is concerned. The Showstopper also brings you a tape pen. It also brings you the luxury linen cardstock from the Fabulous Future collection, and not the whole collection, just the paper pad from the Wild at Heart, 12 by 12. Basically, it works out. If you go for the Showstopper, we are giving you the 12 by 12 pad and that tape pen for free within that Showstopper. And as much as the Showstopper is popular, so many of you have just gone for the layout collection on its own. Over a third of a huge stock has disappeared and will continue to disappear. And I kind of assume we're going to be doing some more of this, aren't we, in Monday Makers tonight?
We are, yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to bring in some of our Crafters Companion collections or products that we've got in Monday Makers, but I'm then going to start to intertwine them with the layout collection. So I've got my demos sorted, but I'm just going to obliterate them and change them completely by bringing in the layout collection, because I want you to see how you can still bring in all your other dies and stamps and folders that you've got, but follow the sketch of the recipe cards.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? If you're on the fence, if you've not yet purchased...
Get off that bunker.
Yeah, get off the bunker. Get down off the... What is the bunker? What?
Kitchen bunker.
Your kitchen bunker.
It's a bunker.
Get off your bunker, get down, get this, get it in your basket, get it checked out, and you'll thank us later, because like we said, it is it's a one-box wonder, is this, and you have got the opportunity, if you're one of those people who sits there and goes, well, I could never do that, my cards are terrible, you know, I don't have the confidence to make cards that look amazing.
Of course
then,
you can, you just need to follow this, Ben.
No, I'm saying if that was, I'm not, because
right.
I'm definitely going to have a play in the break, by the way, just to prove that it is a leveller. You've thrown me off my train of thought there. Oh yeah, if that is you, right, then this collection you absolutely must go for, because everybody can do this, right, pal?
Of course they can, absolutely they can do. We've got so many ideas and tuitions that we've done already. We've done Wake Up Call and we've now just come at the end of launch day. You had Becky and Debbie for First Look yesterday on Crafters TV. You can still go back onto my Crafters Companion Facebook page and Crafters Companion YouTube channel, where you can watch that 2 hour that I've done live from home on Thursday night. So that's there, Craig Laird CC. You'll be able to find that there. I know Debbie's going to be looking at it, Debbie Romson, tomorrow when she's in as well. So you're going to be seeing us using this throughout our demonstrations as well. So it's an incredible collection. I'm so pleased, privileged that I got to launch it as well. I absolutely love it. I adore it. I love the concept. I love the value, but I just love the whole point and premise of the recipe cards. And of course, more importantly, that word, the sketch.
It is all about the sketch. All about the sketch. Thank you for all of your lovely comments coming through as well. We'll be looking at it in more detail over the course of Monday Makers. Also in Monday Makers, we're going to be having a look at the confetti border dies.
We are indeed.
And we're going to be using this potentially in conjunction with this.
Oh, I think we might just How, Craig, how could you use our confetti border dies
use it, Craig?
when it comes to our layout collection? Stay tuned.
We've also got Monday Mega Deals as well. You've seen one, the goodie bag. that is going to disappear. We've got less than 50 of those left. The MIDI storage bag is one of our Monday mega deals as well. So if you picked up the Raspberry MIDI today, do make sure you check that out. And we've got a buy two, get one free and some cardstock as well. It's going to be a fabulous show. And like we said, more with this fabulous collection too. It's been so busy. You guys have absolutely loved it. And we look forward to showing you more with it in just an hour's time. Thank you for a great show.
Thank you.
Boom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny and Sam.
And thank you, Johnny, because you're not back for the next show, because we've got Eddie Murphy, haven't we?
Eddie Murphy's in.
Yeah,
It's in the building.
He's in. Johnny is back tomorrow. Nice, easy day for Johnny tomorrow. Are you in for that show tomorrow, are you? Pretty sure Johnny's back in the morning for those of you that are missing him. He's back for the launch of Sarah tomorrow. We've got another launch, yeah. Me and E, we'll see you in an hour. Bye.
Toodles.